So it seems that there's a limit on how much I can record. So let me start up again. We were over here. We figured out that K0 is this point right here. And now we've gone up and we're looking at this point over here. This point over here is on the y-axis. So the x is going to be 0 still. The y is now going to be, we're going to make our own variable up. Let's just make it r. So that's how high it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it's going to be, this is going to be, we're going to call it R because we don't know how high it is. So what that means is I think you should be able to figure this one out by yourself, and go ahead and pause the video and try to figure out if you can find that point. Right, so let's see if you got it right. It's going to be going to the right, so we're going to look at the x-axis here. It's going to be vertical right here to this line right here, and I should probably use a different color. So let's say it's going to be vertical to this line right here. So whatever x-axis is here is also going to be here. So in this case, we know that this is going to be k. And as for the height, we determined that the height over here is going to be called r. So we're going to be calling this r. So you notice in a rectangle, there's two variables we're going to be using. If it was a perfect square, we probably could have gone away with one. But let's work out another problem here. Let's use the y-axis again and the x-axis again, and let's make a triangle this time in red, and we're just making a triangle right here, and if hopefully fixes just a little off, but we're going to say just for our sake of argument that this is going to be right at the axis right there, and this is going to be 0, 0. So once again, we're going to find out what this is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it's going to be, we're going to call this variable, let's call it 8. No, let's call it L. Primed right there, so let's get rid of that. So L, however, the y-axis you know is going to be still 0 because it hasn't gone up yet. So it's, I guess, low. However, we're going to find this axis. Now this is going to be whatever 1, 2, 3 you decide, but we can't use this information because we don't know exactly where this point is. So we're going to have to use two new variables because we haven't figured out a height or length yet. So let's just make up variables. We'll use y and we'll use r. Y is for the x-axis, the r is for that. So for a triangle, you have to use three variables. However, you can use this information in the future. For instance, you're going to know that if you know from a rectangle, you know the length, and if you know the height, you can figure out where this point is. And we'll be using this information, obviously, in this chapter, but mostly for triangles. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll be doing a few practice questions on A-frames in class before we get started tomorrow. So hopefully you've understood this, and if not, you can replay this, and that's the whole point of this. All right, Assalamu alaikum.